Alright, what is up guys? Back with another video today. As you can see, we have got something special today. That's right, my first Chris Reeves knife. The first true high-end knife. I've been talking about this in the last few videos and finally happened. So let's get into it here. So we got the outer box. Shows what you got out here. As you can see, it's a small inkosi with black canvas micarta inlays, Tonto left-handed. That's right, finally, a knife that'll suit me just right. Being a lefty in the knife world, you know, a lot of companies just don't care about us, you know. Fuck those left-handed dudes, we're not even putting two little holes on the other side of the knife for them. So, go through the paperwork real quick. I'm sure most of you have seen this before. I got this one from DLT Trading again. This is the sticker I got this time. They've always got some cool stickers. Yeah, DLT Trading is fantastic. If they've got a knife you like in stock, I would highly suggest buying from them. They had this one in stock. This was actually the last one. I bought this one and now it's out of stock. So real quick, it's got your basic stuff, warranty card or whatever to register your knife. They give you a nice sticker there. And then this, the birthday card. Let's see, S35, Tonto, left-handed, inlays, black canvas micarta, July 23rd, 2020. So I did buy this knife new, and this is November of 2021. So that's the only downside with DLT. Sometimes they do have something in stock. It's kind of a leftover, been there a while, but that's not that old, about a year and a half, so I can get over it. Inside, obviously I've had this out and I rewrapped it here, but you get your tools. These are pretty nice little Allen keys. You get two for your pivot, because you got to have one on each side, and then you get one that fits the rest of the screws. Then you get your Loctite, which I have not opened, and your fluorinated grease, which I did go ahead and disassemble this knife and grease it up and adjust the pivot to how I like it, and I'll show you that here in a minute. You can see Chris Reeves knives, and here it is. Boom. Move this stuff out of the way. All right. So, this is it. Small inkosi, left-handed, black micarta inlays. So the inkosi has the finger grooves here. It has the larger pivot. The clip is angled more on the inkosi, so it's resting on your actual scale and not just on the lock bar, which is nice. So this jimping right here is really fantastic. Some of the best jimping I've ever felt. On the back here, you got your stop pin and your standoff down here. And this is the little lanyard it came with. I found one on GP Knives. It's a gray paracord with a silver little spacer on it. I think I'm going to pick that up. I have also already ordered for this knife a MXG gear clip, and it's the custom titanium clip. So it's kind of like it's straight, really straight like an arrow, and kind of rounded at the top and back here, but it's just straight, flat on the sides. More kind of modern looking. I think it'll give the knife a nice look. As you can see, I have this knife set up where you can flick it. And that was kind of a big thing for me. You can even reverse flick it. I really like flicking my knives. I hate just opening them like this. Not cool to me. So I got the pivot just a quarter, half turn loose. And there's the tiniest bit of play, but I mean, it's really pretty much none. But if you tighten this knife how it should be, there's absolutely zero play. and the action's still really good. It's smooth, very smooth. People describe it as hydraulic-like. It's just very smooth. But yeah, I've got the pivot just lightly loosened so I can flick it like that, and I really enjoy that. Take a look at it here. Wipe this blade down. It's got my dirty fingerprints all over it. So as I said, I did take this knife apart yesterday when I got it. I really like modifying my knives, and I like seeing how they work. So I took this one apart, and I watched a few videos. It was Blade HQ's Meet Your Maker videos on Chris Reeve knives. They're like 8 years old. But man, I watched that after I ordered this, and I knew after watching that I'd really made the right decision. Just the tolerances, the attention to detail, and the effort they put in on the quality control level is absolutely fantastic. So you can see this has the black canvas micarta inlays, and you can see on the edges there, that's kind of the color they were when it first got here. I've got my I've been rubbing it a lot, trying to get it darkened up, and now that the oils are on it, it's like a pretty dark black, not like a deep dark, but it's black. So I really like that look. On the back one here, you can kind of see. But yeah, when I took it apart, it's crazy, this scale. You can't lift one side up or it binds the other side. You got to do them both at once because the tolerances are so tight. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Let's see here. Not too drop shell. You can shake it down there. It's more of a, pull it close. And the knife is brand new. These really take some break in, just where everything's so tight on them. And give me 1 second. But yeah, these do require some break in. Excuse me. That's part of why I loosened my pivot, just so I could flick it while it's breaking in. I've heard some people say you shouldn't flick them. They weren't made to be flicked. And what I say to that is, if I can't flick it, I don't want it. So there you go. Also, besides the jimping, which is absolutely fantastic, these thumb studs, I wish they were a little thicker. They're kind of hurts your thumb after a little bit. That's part of where I'm flicking it too. But yeah, not the most comfortable. But on the blade here, where they've kind of crowned it there, and they've made that like a smooth round. I really like the look of that. I wasn't sure how I'd like that, but in person, I really like that look. Just gives kind of just a higher finished look to it. So I'm really digging that. The Tanto shape, I really like the look at it. That's why I went with the Tanto, whatever. You can see the edge there, but yeah, on the front, it's got that kind of cut in there, and that's like polished, which is pretty cool. And then I'll show you the sharpness here. Obviously, it is razor sharp. I mean, I don't think that's even a question with the Tanto edge. Yeah, so to be able to just take that tip and push down through that, very sharp, which I expected nothing less. This knife is $475 in this configuration. The left-handed models do not cost any more than the right-handed. They're, what was it, $350 or $375 for just your plain titanium, and then on the inlays, they go up to $475, and then your full-size versions or the larges are $550. So yeah, after getting this is a smaller knife, and I kind of wanted to start out with this, see how I felt. I wasn't too sure on the bigger knives. This one I did not plan on it being a user, just being my first, Chris Reeve knife, and I've got plenty of other knives that I can use as users. So yeah, this was more of a showpiece for me. One thing though, I noticed on videos and stuff too, this sticking up, and I was like, can you front flip that? And you actually can front flip it. I don't think it was built for that, but you definitely can. It's not the most comfortable, but it definitely happens. So anyways, but yeah, I'm very impressed overall. Just the presentation, and I really, really like that finish on the titanium. I can't remember how they got that in the video, how they got this finish on it, but it's an absolutely beautiful finish. It's a little darker. Yeah, and these thumb studs are press fit in. So, I mean, they make the tolerances so tight, they just press them in, you know. Pretty cool if you ask me. But yeah, I've got that new pocket clip coming. I'll probably do a video on it when it gets here just to show people how it looks on the knife. Because on the MXG Gear website, they only have the picture of it on a Sabenza. So I'll do a video on that. And because I couldn't find a video on it, and anything I'm doing that I can't find a video on, I really like to make a video on it, just to kind of have it out there in case somebody else looks like me, you know. But yeah, the MXG Gear clip was only 45 bucks, and for the style and look of the clip, I think that was pretty good, compared to like the Millet clips or it's like RGB clips that are like $125. They're like a Damascus steel though. I thought for $45 it was a great deal. A good looking clip, and like I said, it's not really going to get carried. It may eventually, but what I'd really like to get for carry after looking is a Umnumzon, however you spell it. I think that would be a really good EDC knife, but I cannot find one left-handed. I looked for hours last night, could not find a left-handed one in stock. I'm in a couple knife groups, which I'm not quite ready to purchase it just yet because I did just buy this 2 days ago. But here in a couple weeks, I'm going to be looking to get into a Nunzon left-handed and kind of make it a carry knife. That's my plan anyways. That's always my plan until they get here. Then I'm like, yeah, it's kind of nice. You know, like this other knife I just got earlier this week. The 0562 carbon fiber, the Hinderer slicer. I was looking at Hinderers too. And honestly, it's hard to find one in stock. But I was like, you know, honestly, they look very similar to this knife. They just have the finger tool, some of them. But yeah, I bought this to carry. And it got here and I was like, man, it's a really pretty knife. I just don't know if I want to carry it. But I've got a couple knives that I do carry and beat on. I've got just a... I know we're getting off topic, but it's my video, so I can talk about it. This is just what I throw in my pocket. 'Cause at work, I do use a knife quite often. That I beat on that, and then this. They came out with another version of this Deca, the new version. I may end up getting one of those. They fixed some of the little issues. But real quick, I want to talk about something. There's a lot of pallets at work, pallets of flooring, and they've got these pretty thick, almost like zip ties, but they're plastic bands around it. And now that I've read about it, I know those can chip your knife. But I just want to show you on my pair of two here. See that chip right there? It's hard to see on camera, but there's a chip. You can kind of see the roll like right there. You can definitely see this chip. Yeah, I only carry this knife a few times at work, and then I was looking at it one day, I was like, golly, I got a chip in it. And from what I've read, zip ties can chip your blades in a hurry. So now I know that, and I will not be cutting any more of those big, pretty much oversized zip tie bands anymore after I learned that, because that chipped my pair of two there, and you know, I can sharpen it out, but then it's razor sharp. It came from Knives Plus. They sharpened it. But anyways, I'm just rambling here. It's towards the end of the video. Nobody's probably going to watch this anyways. But yeah, overall, Chris Reeve knives, super impressed. Fantastic quality. Just an absolutely solid knife. I see why they're some of the best in the world. So yeah, that's my small inkosi, my first Chris Reeve knife. Hopefully not my last. Looking for that left-handed on, and yeah, we'll see what comes next on the channel. I've got a couple other knives in mind. I was kind of looking at the Spyderco Mantra 3. That's a cool little flipper knife. Kind of like a flipper knife pair 3 in a way. I don't know why, I've just got a craving for another Spyderco. So I want the Mantra 3, possibly the Spidey Chef. I've been looking at one of those. Spidey Chef, I've also thought about getting another pair of 2. Getting maybe just another S45VN, or maybe like an S90 or an S110V. To be like a daily carry knife. Only problem with that is, the super stills are nice until you got to sharpen them. That's the thing. I can get S30V razor sharp. I've sharpened 20CV, can get it pretty sharp too. But S30V is just so much easier to sharpen. And it still holds its edge pretty well. Obviously not as good. One more thing. My Ultratech here, that pair of 2 I showed you was S45VN. This Ultratech, I cut a couple dozen of those zip time bands with it when I first started there, and there is not a single mark on this entire knife. This is 204P, so that right there kind of showed me, a nice blade still makes a difference as far as that goes, until you have to sharpen it. Like that pair of 2, I can sharpen that, get it razor sharp again, no issue. 204P, 20CV, those are a little harder to sharpen, but they do hold their edge longer. So it just kind of depends on your sharpening skills, I guess. So yeah, if I get a nicer sharpener, probably wouldn't care as much. But yeah, looking to get another Spyderco on the channel next. Hopefully going to make that happen here in the next couple weeks. I'm really liking the Mantra 3. It's just a cool little knife. I think I can make that an EDC knife, an S30V. But yeah, anyways, that is the Chris Reeve knife, small inkosi, left-handed. I appreciate y'all watching, and have a fantastic Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas.